Today we will explore how we can automate the step navigator without clicking next button. The next button doesn't work if shipping information is not completed. We will also allow Magento to select at least one shipping method if available. Let's get started with our customization. To customize this process, we will need to add some modification inside checkout data resolver component. We will create mixins to extend the default behavior. So first, let's get started with creating a mixin for checkout data resolver model object. Expand checkout module, then web.js model, and open the checkout data resolver file. Here we are looking for resolve shipping rates function. This function resolves the shipping rates data by sending an AJAX request. We see the first shipping method action is being selected, but this works only when there's only one shipping method available and no shipping method was selected. But we want shipping method also selected even there are multiple shipping methods are available. So let's begin creating our mixin to customize this process. First step is to create the required JS config inside view frontend directory. Specify the checkout data resolver path, then the path to our mixin. Set to true. Now go ahead and create the mixin file. Since we are extending the JS object, so we will require image utils wrapper dependency. Now specify the resolver object and its method resolve shipping rates, which should be equal to wrapped content. The super wrap function will accept the original function in the first parameter, while in second parameter we are going to specify anonymous function, as the original function requires the race data object parameter. So we will specify this argument inside the function as well. Return the checkout data resolver object. Specify the parent logic and pass race data argument. Next, we need to check the selected shipping method information. So add the checkout quote dependency. Add a condition to check if shipping method is not selected and race data has items. Then set the first shipping method from available list. To select shipping method, we will require to import the select shipping method dependency. Call the select shipping method action function and specify the first item from race data. This will set the shipping method object to code. Clear the static and generated content. No shipping method will be selected if there are multiple items. Reload the checkout page to observe our modifications. This time the first shipping method is selected by default as expected. We can also select the last shipping method. Let's go ahead and tune our code accordingly. Instead of specifying 0 index, let's specify the length of total items -1. This will return the last item index. Now clear the static content. Reload the page. Now this time last shipping method is selected by default. Our next task is to navigate to next step without clicking the next button. For this purpose, we will require to create a mixin of a shipping component. We will trigger set shipping information as soon the address gets changed. This method will validate the shipping address. And finally, this will navigate us to the next step. This way we won't require to write additional code. We will also require to extend the validate shipping information method. This method will return either true or false based on its calculations. Open require.js config file. Specify the path to the shipping component. Then our mixin path. Create the shipping mixin component. Since this is a component, so we will use extend method and return it. Before moving further, we have to create fetch shipping details observable model. We will use model to observe behavior or action performed specific to shipping address. This model will return the observable boolean value. The default value is false. Now open the shipping component and specify the fetch shipping details dependency. Create initialize function. Specify the parent logic. Return the current instance. Now add fetch shipping details subscription. If value is true, then we will call set shipping information method. As we have already discussed that we will require to override the validate shipping information function. So go ahead and create this function. Create a result variable and store the response inside. Next, we will reset fetch shipping details value by setting to false. Finally, return the result variable. Next, we will go with creating a mixin for select shipping method JS section. Specify the mixin path. Go ahead and create the mixin. Let's first take a look into the select shipping method JS file. As we see, this is a function and just sets the shipping method inside the code. We just need our modification below the shipping method selection. Since we are extending the JS function, so we will import the Magento wrapper dependency. Return the wrapper.wrap. In first parameter, specify the select shipping method object, and in second parameter, specify the anonymous function. The first parameter is JS function original object, and the second parameter is going to be shipping method argument passed to the JS function. Now first specify the original function and pass it the shipping method object. Next, import the fetch shipping details JS model dependency. We will trigger the shipping information by setting the fetch shipping details to true. Flush the cache and remove the static or generated content. Reload the page. As soon as the page loaded, the form validation has been applied. Fill the required fields. Observe the shipping method request was performed, but we are still at the same step. This is due to the validation performed. Now select the required state. As soon all fields validated, the step navigated to the payment section successfully. This time try changing the shipping method. This will also result in navigation to the payment step. Now let's check with login customer having a default shipping addresses. As soon the page loads, the screen navigates to the payment page. Selecting shipping method also navigates to the next screen. Now let's check with selecting other saved addresses. This action also has similar behavior. Now try adding a new address. As soon the address is saved, step navigation action is performed. With the selected new address, let's test with reloading the page. This also resulted in a similar behavior. Now let's add a rule to allow this functionality available for logged in customers only. Open the shipping component. We will choose is customer logged in property. Inside fetch shipping details subscription if statement, add and statement and check if customer is logged in. Now open the checkout data resolver mixin and add customer JS model dependency. Now inside the if condition add and statement and check if customer is logged in. Reload the page. Nothing happened for guest user here. Neither a shipping method was selected nor the validation was performed. Now let's test the checkout with the customer account. We see the navigation behavior is applied here. Verify it with all steps. Now let's add another rule. Do not navigate if new address is selected. Inside shipping component add code dependency. Now get shipping address object using code shipping address method. Add and condition to check if shipping address is not null and the type of address is customer address only. Now open the checkout data resolver mixin and do same here. Get the shipping address and add similar condition to check if shipping address has customer address type. Time to test our changes. With selected newly created address, let's reload the page. So this time page did not navigate. Now we encounter another issue. Even if we try selecting the saved address, the page does not navigate. Changing the shipping method still not work. So with selected saved customer address, if we try reloading the page, in this case the navigation works fine. If we again select the newly created address, we will see the same issue. So let's go ahead and fix this issue. The issue here appears due to the unchanged true value of fetch shipping details, which doesn't change because validate shipping was never called, because the shipping rates were called through cache instead of loading from server. We can resolve this issue by extending the fetch shipping details observable object and setting notify object to always. Let's also add a rate limiting property and set its value to 500 milliseconds. Now the changes will be applied after 500 milliseconds. Time to see our changes. With selected new address, let's reload the page. The page did not navigate as expected. Now if we select saved address, the screen navigates to the payment step after some interval. Test all cases. Now staying at payment section, let's try reloading the page. Notice the payment page loaded first, but it then navigated to an empty page, and at header of sections no item is selected. This happened due to the shipping method selection was performed and next step was triggered, which went nowhere. So let's fix this issue. Add the step navigator JS model dependency. Next, create a method is valid step. Get all steps using the steps method. Return the boolean value. Apply the not operator and select the last step and call its visible method. This will return false if its visible value is true and vice versa. Now add AND operator inside subscription if statement and call its valid step method. Time to see our changes. At payment step, reload the page. This time the payment section loaded as expected and page did not navigate to anywhere else. Do your alt test to validate everything we have achieved in automating the step navigator. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.